Myself and the Derbinator made a very smart decision to go to a Defy Northwest independent wrestling show last night instead of watching Smackdown live because holy shit, that ending segment was goddamn ridiculous. By the way, I'm John Ritlin. This is my review of WWE Super Smackdown from Tulsa, Oklahoma. I don't know why it was a Super Smackdown, except maybe they're trying to hype the Super Showdown show coming up here in Saudi Arabia, the vibrant progressive country that it is, in just under 4 weeks. I will say this much, there were some positives from this show, but the closing segment and the whole overarch, of the story of who gets to eat dog food had Michael Cole practically filling his pants with a whole bunch of glee, filling up the coal mine. Good luck on seeing that. This show was a mess. It might as well have been WWE Super Thunder because it was about put as well together as that. So anyway, we get recaps of Roman and the Rumble events. By the way, check out Cat_Woman13's Twitter videos. She had some good reactions to that. I got to catch up on them after my power came back on. That's why you're getting the review late, by the way, because we had a windstorm and it knocked the power and the internet out for a bit. So anyway, this review will not take long. We start off with Reigns and the Usos are talking everything. Corbin, Rude, and Ziggler are out there. And we get a promo battle. We get Corbin saying that Roman Reigns in a Falls Count Anywhere match cheated to win on Sunday. Baron Corbin is apparently not only a stupid king, but an idiot when it comes to rules. I mean, yeah, sure, heels are supposed to play up this whole thing, but good God, they are giving him the worst material. Nobody can make this work, maybe outside of Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe. And they recapped the whole dog food segment last month. It feels like that was about 3 months ago. And it seems like Corbin has a fetish for dog food, according to Roman Reigns. So how about we help you out, fetish boy? Ugh, God, I don't know who wrote that. But anyway, loser eats dog food later. And then we start off with probably the one good match out of the entire show. Heavy Machinery, The Revival, Lindsay Dorado and Grand Metalik, and Miz Morrison. And the winning team gets to take on the New Day for the Tag Team Championships at Super Showdown in a vibrant, progressive country. Look, this match wasn't that bad. It actually had some good moments to it. Commentary kept mentioning the whole Otis-Mandy thing. I'll get to that here in a little bit, but Morrison does a dive outside. There's some good action and everything. Everybody get in here. It's like the whole Harvey Birdman thing. Everybody's hitting a move and then waiting around and then getting hit with a move. The Revival apparently are leaving, which is probably goddamn smart with them. Even with the tag title reigns that they've gotten in NXT and also on the main roster, it's just as well. It's obvious this relationship is strained. Whether you side with the company or you side with the Revival, it's better for both parties to just, part ways, as you could say with a lot of talents. And we get Jefferson Starship Pain 1, 2, 3. So Miz and Morrison, to the shock of nobody, managed to, get the victory, and they're going to face a New Day in the vibrant, progressive country. So we then go backstage with Heavy Machinery, and then we get Mandy and Sonya there, and Tucker's like encouraging Otis, come on, this is your chance, this is your chance. And Otis is like, Mandy, will you go on a date with me? It's like, next Friday. Well, next Friday I'm busy, but I'm not busy the following Friday. The following Friday, obviously the next one in 2 weeks is Valentine's Day. Look, I know what they're trying to do with this whole Otis-Mandy thing. It's just, if they're trying to make Otis seem like a doofus, they're succeeding because unless they just pull a swerve, Mandy's obviously going to be like, no, why would I want to be with somebody like you? You will never look like me, except that's not how this works. But unless Mandy just, remains heel, because I think that's kind of where they're going with it, I would be very surprised if they morphed her into a babyface. Who knows? I'm not the biggest fan of romantic angles, but you know what? I'm not going to shit all over this, even not being that big of a fan of Otis. I'm going to let it play out a little bit, but I have a feeling we all know where this is going. So, it was what it was. This week in history, halftime heat with The Rock and Mankind. Rock throwing Socko into an oven in the empty arena match. That was funny. It was dumb, but it was funny. It was also when more people were watching wrestling, because fucking Christ. Fox paying $3-something billion for this. And they're barely getting ratings much better than USA Network was getting on a weekly basis. So we then get Sonya Mandy versus Alexa and Nikki. Hey, at least we have an actual match. Granted, it was only 3 minutes, but maybe Bruce Pritchard was called out of the goddamn room for about, 3 to 5 minutes, and they were like, put a women's match out there. Go, 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 go. Go actually have a match. Before Bruce comes back in and realizes that women are out there and he doesn't want women to wrestle because women are infinitely more talented than that dumb, red-faced hack could ever hope to be. I hate Bruce Pritchard, by the way, in case you can't tell. The guy, likes to spin a lot of goddamn yarns and say the Booker T Triple H storyline wasn't a racially motivated storyline. Bruce Pritchard's a goddamn idiot, and so is Conrad Thompson. I don't get the appeal of either of them. But anyway, okay, it wasn't a very long match, but at least they got to have a match. I mean, I hope that maybe we can get a couple women's matches on each show from now on, and we can give them at least each 8 minutes, because you have enough women on both brands. If you actually give them a chance, they could pop some ratings. But if you just go back to doing the same thing with the women, it's not going to succeed. It's just going to show that, oh, we only care when Ronda and, Ronda, Becky, and Charlotte were in the main event, and that's only because of Ronda, because otherwise Vince wouldn't have cared. In fact, I got a video rant coming up about that at some point, about the current women's wrestling product, which I did a few of last year. It's about time to revisit it, because it's a shame that the women almost feel like background noise. NXT is doing a good job with their women's division, but they're still under the WWE umbrella, so how long is that going to last? Anyway, Twisted Bliss pins Mandy. I don't know why Mandy took the pin. I don't know why you couldn't have just had Nikki take the pin, because you're trying to build this thing up with Mandy and Otis and, Sonya being in the background there, and give Mandy a win. Otherwise, you're kind of undercutting the thing, unless Mandy's just going to be frustrated and just heal up on Otis. So we get showing the dog food shit in big old bowls and everything, while there are dogs that, are starving and everything. And look, I get it. This seems kind of silly. Food stuff's been done in wrestling for years, but maybe don't do this and take that food and donate to animal shelters. Anyway, Braun versus Nakamura. Zayn and Cesaro there. It's an Intercontinental Championship match. Hey, they remember the Intercontinental Championship existed. Nakamura had held the championship for 199 days. I say held because even though he kicked Braun quite a bit, there was eventually an exposed turnbuckle spot and then a power slam 1, 2, 3. It was 5 minutes, maybe 6 minutes. And Braun's the Intercontinental Champion. Congratulations, Braun. You captured the one championship you're ever going to capture in WWE. And no, the Greatest Royal Rumble Championship doesn't count. And neither do the Tag Team Championships with a goddamn 10-year-old. Well, this is sounding needlessly mean when Braun's just cast in the role he's cast in, but they really had something with Braun in 2017, even 2018. They fucking ruined that, and it's a shame. So, yeah, okay, we get Zayn talking about it was a robbery, and then you had Elise, I believe is her name, the new backstage announcer. She's pretty good. She got, at least has some presence, obviously has some sports background. Talking with Nakamura and Cesaro, he kind of runs her down a little bit, not too much, and then Elias is out there strumming his big old instrument and interrupting Sami Zayn, and Zayn just looks at Cesaro and says, Cesaro, go take care of this. I thought the Swiss were supposed to be neutral. World War II lied to me all this time. So, Elias and Cesaro brawl. Cesaro seemingly hurting his leg, his shin, or his knee. And no, I'm not talking about Nakamura. His Cole's nickname for Nakamura is Shin. It's stupid. We then get Gable and Sheamus. Sheamus kept calling him Vermin. Gable hit a few moves. Bro kick for the win. It's pretty much the same. It was a shortened version of the match that they got on the pre-show at the Royal Rumble. I don't get this feud. It's obviously building for Sheamus to get some kind of push, but is it just me, or does Sheamus kind of feel like a relic now? And I'm not even knocking. I mean, I like Sheamus. I'm glad he's back, and I hope he can have a good last part of his career, but he just feels like a relic. And also Gable, they pretty much torpedoed him completely. Bayley, I made good on all my promises, runs down Lacey and says if Lacey's daughter needs a role model, she can look up to her. Mentions that she's beaten everybody, and then Naomi comes out here with a Daft Punk-inspired helmet. It was kind of cool and everything, and saying, well, I think that championship needs some glow on it. And okay, cool. I mean, obviously Naomi's not winning, even though I would like to see Naomi win, and you throw her in the Bayley and Sasha feud, because, let's be honest, it would freshen up things, and it would be kind of cool. But at least they're building this, and it's going to be nice, because they're not going to have this a Super Showdown, because Lacey and Natty having that match, I think, was the one women's match they're probably going to have there. So that was fine. But then we get to Reigns, Usos, Corbin, Ziggler, and Rude. Loser eats dog food. Look, I don't know what anybody wants me to fucking say about this. This was an atrocity. This was WCW 2000 levels of bullshit. This was Attitude Era levels of bullshit. This was bad. And this is bad for everybody involved. I don't like Corbin. I'm not a fan of Corbin. Rude's pretty much nuked. Ziggler, haven't really cared about Ziggler since the whole Miz feud. Well, that's not true, actually. Him and McIntyre are a pretty good team. Usos, is what it is. You know, they're a good team, and hopefully they got their personal demons under control, and that they are able to see the proper programs and, you know, get their help, you know, for their drunk driving and stuff like that, especially Jimmy, since he's got 2 kids. But with this, it ended up with Corbin being pinned by the most devastating move, the dreaded roll-up, and then, you know, he got handcuffed and food dumped all over him and everything. And look, it was stupid when Reigns got the dog food dumped on him, because it didn't make me like Reigns anymore and didn't make me hate Corbin anymore. This didn't make me cheer Reigns anymore, and this didn't make me hate Corbin anymore. It's been a stupid feud, and if this is the way you blow it off, okay, this feud went on about a month and a half too long. This feud never should have happened, because it was never that interesting anyway. I mean, it was shit. This was a terrible ending segment. And this is exactly where I said, one, why is Cole orgasming every time the idea of somebody eating dog food is brought up? Somebody's gonna eat dog food, Corey. It's the big dog. Oh my. It just was stupid. It was just goddamn stupid. So Corbin, again, gets humiliated, whatever. Reigns probably going to win the Chamber and face The Fiend. Daniel Bryan's going to be back next week. I can't say this was the worst episode I've ever seen, but it's just, the reason I'm going to go C- is for this reason. Actually, you know what? D+. Now, C-. C- for this reason, and here's why. I like what they're doing with the tag team stuff. And I think that they could do a couple good things. I like the Bayley, Naomi stuff. Sure, okay. The dog food shit brings it down to a C-. Because had they not done that, I might have even given this a C+, maybe even a B-. Because there was some good stuff with it. But C-, the dog food shit brought it down at least a full grade. But hopefully this is the end of the goddamn feud, because it was atrocious. Anyway, pull above my head, maybe somewhere. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritland. I'll see you soon.